Hello, I'm Nahana from Smoky Mountain Farmhouse here in Zone 7A, and today I'm going to share with you the David Austin roses that we planted. We ordered 4 bare root English roses from David Austin Roses, and they are the Lady of Shalott, the Poet's Wife, Gentle Hermione, and Tranquility. We received the order in the beginning of March, and now here we are in the beginning of April, so these roses have been in the ground for almost a month. When they first arrived, we took the bare roots and we soaked them in a bucket of water for several hours to allow them to rehydrate. Next, we dug a hole that was about 16 inches wide and 16 inches deep. You have to dig a bigger hole when you're planting bare root as opposed to potted roses because the roots kind of go in every direction versus being contained in a pot. Once we had the rose positioned in the hole properly, we backfilled it with the dirt we originally had dug out and mixed in a little bit more compost as we went. After the hole was completely filled up, we lightly firmed the soil around the rose with our foot. This allowed any air pockets that may have formed around the roots of the rose to get out of there and make sure that that soil was nice and firm around those roots. Once we were done planting our roses, we watered them in really well. You also want to be sure to add at least a 3-inch layer of mulch around your roses to help retain that moisture. Watering your roses is one of the most important steps in caring for them. You don't have to water them as much during this time of year in April, but when it reaches May to October, you should be watering them at least twice a month and even more if you have a really hot climate. David Austin Roses provided a really helpful planting guide that came with the roses that had all the information from when to plant your roses, how to plant your roses, when to feed them, and when to water them. It is really useful, especially if this is one of your first times growing roses. So we planted our roses next to our peonies beds, and if you haven't seen the video on when we made these beds, I'll link it here. But in this bed, we have our oranges and yellows and some whites in this bed. So next to it, we planted the Lady of Shalott, which is an orange rose with some creamy yellow, and then the Poet's Wife, which is a yellow rose. And then further up the driveway next to our other peonies beds, it has all our pastel mixes, which is purples and pinks mostly. The Gentle Hermione rose, which is like a pink, and then Tranquility, which is a white rose, are next to that bed. Eventually, we hope to add 2 more to each of these beds, so the roses will extend back behind the peonies. So the peonies will bloom in the spring, and then the roses will provide a nice fill-in while the peonies aren't blooming. And we're also going to be planting some phlox in these beds as well, which should be coming soon. This is our peonies' first year, and so we likely won't see any blooms from them, but as you can see right here in this bed next to me, they are doing really well. They are several inches tall. Some of them are even taller. They're very lush and green or red, and every single one that we have planted is sprouting and doing really well, so we are happy to see that, and we cannot wait for them to bloom, but we do have a while to wait for that. We hope you found this video helpful if you're looking to plant some bare root roses, or if you just wanted to see what we have going on the farm right now. We had every intention of filming this video as I was planting them, but it got so busy because these roses actually arrived the exact same day or so that our big tree order of 50 or so trees came. So we have been very busy planting this spring, and we just wanted to get things in the ground as quick as we could, especially anything that was bare root. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what varieties we planted, and we look forward to showing you what other projects we have going on the farm. As always, thank you for watching our small farm grow.